It's after the holiday. And the last time you saw me, I was making a video with this fellow over here in command. I know you're not used to seeing that, but now I'm sorry to report that he is not feeling too well after the holiday. So I don't know whether he'll be able to say anything or not. He's not even drinking anything.
At the moment.
At the moment, no. We don't hold out any hope that this will be a permanent cure, but he has been unable to drink his usual. So I don't know if this is good or bad, but I'm having a terrible time writing about the alcoholism in my family because I'm from Utah. And in Utah, of course, you know, the Mormon church is very dominant. And they have a certain policy, you know, the way they suggest that you should write memoirs. And writing about the horrible things that your alcoholic parent did is not what they want their members to do. And the members can be related to you, and they can not approve of what you're writing about your alcoholic parent. I mean, I have read memoirs written by, in the Mormon way, by people who had alcoholic parent, and they never, even two of them, never even mentioned that they drank. So I told my son, I said, I'm stopped. I have to write about my dad doing some horrible thing. Now picture this. Your alcoholic dad is in the habit of drinking almost anything if he can't get, you know, the regular, and he's still 30 miles from a liquor store. So he drinks a bottle of rubbing alcohol, if you can imagine. This is the second bottle he is drunk. And the first bottle he drank, my mother was persuaded to take him to the hospital and get it, you know, and he was very, very sick. And well, the second bottle, I was about, what, 12, and I came to hear that Mother said Daddy drank another bottle of rubbing alcohol, and of course she was swearing and cursing, and she said, I said, were you going to take him to the hospital? She said, no, I don't care if he dies. So she refused to take him. So he was laying in on the couch dying, and my mother was, she'd had it. She had completely had it. Let him die. So I was running in and out checking. You know, I still had some concern over my father, even though she was long past that. She didn't have any. And I run in there and see if he died. And he did start looking very bad. You know, he had turned gray and little beads come out on him. He was laying there, not able to talk or do anything. I thought, oh, well, he's still alive, but you know, he's dying. And well, you know, and after about 5 days of this, he started getting a little better. And then there was another horrible scene when he started getting a little bit better, which I won't even go into here. It's not even fit for video on YouTube. It's just too horrible, and which was fairly common with alcohol. And so after that happened, I was sitting down watching the dishes. And I thought,
How old are you when that
12.
happened? 12?
I thought, this is never going to end, because it had been happening since I was born. I was 12, and so I just dropped my dish towel and started just crying, And my sister looked at me and she ran and hollered at my mother and dad, Jerry is crying for no reason. No reason. No reason. I was crying for all the drunks, all the scenes that had happened in my young life up to 12 years old. That's what I was crying about. And I just cried and cried and cried. No, I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't talk. And I just sat down at the table. They all finally went to bed. I guess they didn't dare do anything with me because I was acting so crazy. I had suddenly gone mad. Well, my mother had already gone mad. She had said she didn't care if my dad died right there on the couch. So you see, I've got a lot of really rough stories to tell in this memoir. And here I've still got a lot of Mormon relatives who are frowning at me, looking like I wouldn't put my parents out there and display them in public. Oh, why, you might even, what are you going to do? Get a bestseller and disgrace everybody in Utah with this horrible, horrible story?
When did anybody in Utah ever get a bestseller? Serious.
Martha Beck did. Martha Beck did by telling about child molesting in her family. And,
Oh, I see.
But Martha Beck, who is the daughter of a very prominent Mormon. So I'm telling you, people, I'm telling you. And to me, it's just, you're not going to be applauded in Utah for going into what alcoholism in a family and what it's all about and what it might trigger from. There's nothing of that. It's just keep her quiet. Keep quiet. We don't tell about unpleasant things like that. We don't do that. And I'm thinking like, boy, I'm looking forward to Mormon heaven when everybody finds out that maybe these ideas about how to handle alcoholism.
Wait a minute. You're looking forward to Mormon heaven?
Well, I'm looking forward to all the people who believe in Mormon heaven find out it doesn't even exist.
Oh, I see.
Because in this life, it's for people in this life to imagine Mormon heaven where, everybody in the world, is supposed to join. Well, gosh. When you are trying to write a memoir about growing up in Mormon Utah with a horrible, horrible alcoholism in your family, and you're not getting any support from hardly anybody to write them.
Okay, time's up.
That's rough. Poor fellow. I'm glad you revived enough to speak.
Well, I'm sorry I did.